I'd like to invite Mr. Jeff Koinange to please come forward. Jeff Koinange is an alumnus of Kingsborough Community College. Now, so you don't miss that, and I'm especially directing this to all of you in the class of 2006, I'm going to repeat. Jeff Koinange is a graduate of Kingsborough Community College. When Jeff arrived at Kingsborough in 1987, he was new to the United States. Born and raised in Kenya, and having worked for an international airline for several years, Jeff was ready for a new beginning and a new career. Displaying the same kind of immersion in his work at the college that would later serve him well in his career, Jeff became an outstanding student. Not only did he excel as a student in the broadcasting program, he was also captain of the soccer team, a peer advisor, active in student government, and on WKRB, our college radio station. In 1989, he appeared before a group very similar to all of you as the valedictorian of his class. Jeff continued his education, and after earning a degree in broadcast journalism at NYU, Jeff began his career as a desk assistant at ABC News. Reporting and producing positions followed at the Medical News Network, NBC News, and Reuters Television. Since 2001, Jeff has been with CNN. For that network, he has covered major news stories throughout the world. Though his specialty is the news of Africa and the Middle East, you may remember him from his reports last fall on Hurricane Katrina. Jeff not just reports the news, but writes stories that provide balance, that create awareness, that evoke our emotion, that stir us to action, that force us to think beyond our own experience. Mr. Koinange is currently CNN's Chief Africa Correspondent and works out of Johannesburg, South Africa, from where he traveled last week to be with us today. Jeff, you have distinguished yourself as a Kingsborough alumnus. As a reporter, you have informed and educated a worldwide audience. You are a shining example of success earned through your core values of discipline, team spirit, dedication, and passion for your work. For your achievements, your commitment to excellence, and the example you set for all Kingsborough students, I am proud to present you with the President's Medal of Kingsborough Community College. It's now my great honor to present to you our commencement speaker, Jeff Koinange.
Trustee Cook, Vice Chancellor Malave, President Peruggi, visiting dignitaries, elected members, faculty, parents, ladies and gentlemen, and of course the graduating class of 2006. Now, I gotta tell you something real quick. When I was walking down the processional line earlier on, I saw people were clapping, cheering, others clicking away at their cameras. A couple of people pointed out in my direction. They said, "Hey, that's the CNN guy. Yeah, that's him." And I said, No, that's not him. Yeah, that's him. So in order to dispel any doubts, folks, those of you who watch CNN, you know these three magic letters. I'll say it once, I won't say it again. This is CNN. Now, it's very interesting that they're honoring Dr. Hill because I'm a recipient of Dr. Hill's goodwill. About many years ago, Dr. Hill recommended that I come to Kingsborough, and literally I came straight from Africa. You know the movie Coming to America? That was me. That was me. And, at the end of the first semester, someone came up to me and said, "Jeff, you have a 4.0 GPA. I said, "Really? What's that?" I said, "That's a good thing." I said, "Okay." 3-4 semesters later, they said, "Jeff, you still have that 4.0. I said, "Really?" "Yeah." They said, "You're going to be the valedictorian." I said, "What's that?" I guess what I'm trying to say is even in the last day, you're still learning, folks, always learning. So check this out. For those of you who believe in a little fate, it was on this very day and date, Monday, June 12th, 1989, that I stood here in front of the then graduating class and gave the valedictory address. And today I'm back at Kingsborough for the very first time in 17 years. And I have to say, I am humbled, I am honored, I am privileged to have been chosen to make this commencement address. Many of you don't know this, but I live a life where I have no idea where I'm going to be on any given day, and more of that in a moment. But when President Peruggi asked me to be the commencement speaker, in principle I said, "Yeah, okay, I'll be there." But I don't even think she knew I'd actually make it on this day. I really don't. But you know what? That's the nature of the news business. And Madam President, I don't blame you, but I thank you for having the faith in me, because believe me, I wouldn't have missed this for the world. There's so much I'd like to tell you this morning about what a great achievement you, the graduating class of 2006, have accomplished by reaching this milestone in your lives, and about how your lives are about to change once you walk out those gates. Take it from someone whose life changed dramatically those 17 years ago. And for those of you who come from countries far and wide, take heart. I'd been in the States only 2 years when I gave that speech, and English, where I come from, is spoken as a 4th or 5th language. So after Kingsborough, I was able to attend a 4-year college, as many of you surely will. But believe me, and I can honestly say this, I never truly adjusted to that big name campus and thoroughly missed my first 2 years here at Kingsborough. Yeah. At Kingsborough, and you all know this, one is able to get that close personal attention from the professors to the deans to the soccer coach. Oh yeah, I played a little ball. I believe it or not. But Kingsborough, in all honesty, Kingsborough makes you feel like part of a family. You will realize that once you go out there. When it comes to 2-year institutions, Kingsborough is up there with the best of the best. I've been in the television business now going on 15 years, having first started out in New York, as Dr. Peruggi said, before making the leap back to my beloved continent of Africa and working my way through various agencies and finally at CNN. Needless to say, the last 5 years have been an amazing journey of discovery for me, having ventured far beyond what's considered my patch, from Baghdad to Baton Rouge, from Nairobi to New Orleans, from Mozambique to Morocco. You get the picture. Doing what I always do, having what I call a front row seat to history unfolding. I get to rub shoulders with presidents in their palaces, and I get to break bread with rebels in their hideouts. I've spent many nights in refugee camps and felt the pain of war and suffering. But I've also been witness to democracies in the making on a continent many know too little about. The other day I was in the middle of the Congo, and I did a story about women struggling to find a foothold in society, and a complete stranger came up to me and said, "Thank you for being the voice of the voiceless." That's when I find what I do truly rewarding and humbling. And if you had told me 17 years ago that this is where I'd be today, I'd have simply laughed it off. And it all started here at Kingsborough. I recognize that this is what I wanted to do, and the professors here recognized that talent in me and pushed me and helped make me what I am today, and for that, I am truly indebted. And that's what I want to say to you, the graduating class of 2006. Some of you probably know exactly what you want to do once you leave here. Others, well, you're not quite sure or are still deciding. And others still have absolutely no idea where to go from here. To each of you, I say, take heart. As long as you know the general direction you will want to head in, that's half the battle won. The one bit of advice I'd like to offer you, no matter what your goal is, no matter how long it'll take for you to get there, no matter how difficult the road, never, ever give up. And never, ever let anyone discourage you from reaching that goal if you feel that's where you belong. I'd like to leave you with a few lines from a verse that was written some 300-400 years ago, which still holds true today. It's called the Desiderata, and the author is unknown. Somewhere in the middle of the verse, it goes something like this. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own careers. However humble, it is a real possession to the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Take kindly to the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortunes. But do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond the wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourselves. To the graduating class of 2006, he is wishing you the very best. Congratulations, you deserve it. Good luck, and God bless.